Let's imagine I'm a coffee connoisseur and my job is to visit different cafes and rate them on the quality of the goods and services they offer. So in this instance, I'm going to visit 4 different cafes and ask them for the same thing, a coffee and a cookie. And I'll give them feedback using the following scale. In cafe number 1, I asked for a coffee and a cookie, and this is what I get. Half a cup of lukewarm coffee in a polystyrene cup with a cookie that has a bite out of it. Using my feedback scale, I'm pretty sure you'll agree that you would rate this as pretty unsatisfactory. Not particularly pleased, I move on to cafe number 2 and ask for the same thing. This time, I get a full take-out cup of hot coffee and a plain cookie. Not bad, they've met my absolute minimum requirements, but it's not blowing my socks off. Using my trusty feedback guide, I'd rate this as okay. I'm still on my caffeine and carb kick, so I move on to cafe number 3 where, you guessed it, I ask for a coffee and a cookie. Things are looking up. This time I get a cup of hot, fresh coffee in a china cup with a saucer and a chocolate chip cookie. This is starting to impress me. They've gone a bit beyond what I was asking for, so on my feedback scale, I'm happy. After 3 cafes, I'm still searching for my coffee nirvana. I head into cafe number 4. I've got a good feeling about this one. I sit down in an ultra plush chair and wait for my coffee and cookie to be delivered. I'm not disappointed. This time, I get a gourmet mug of coffee. It's been made with the best coffee beans, decadent syrups and fluffy whipping cream. It even comes with some art on top. And who doesn't love some pretentious hipster coffee art? The cookie is also gourmet and it's straight out of the oven. Its delicious gooiness is just melting in your mouth. This surpasses all of my expectations and I'm pretty happy, albeit slightly over-caffeinated. So I hope you can see where I'm going with this coffee shop analogy. In cafe number 1, I didn't even get the basic stuff met. Half a cup of coffee and a mangy old cookie. So anything less than meeting those minimum requirements is below average. Cafes 2, 3 and 4 all met my minimum requirements of a coffee and a cookie. However, the quality of the coffee and cookie that I received in the last coffee shop far surpassed what I was given in the others. So, just meeting minimum requirements means you won't get an excellent or even a very good rating. You have to exceed expectations if you're aiming for that top score. The thing to bear in mind is quality over quantity. I would much rather get 1 cup of gourmet coffee than 3 cups of mediocre coffee. So questions asking about the number of references or pages needed are kind of missing the point. It's the credibility of the references and the quality of the writing that counts. Another thing to bear in mind, carefully check the grading rubric. It's there to tell you what kinds of things I'm looking for when rating my coffee and cookie. I often hear students say, well, I put so much effort into making you this drink. I backpacked to Nepal, I climbed the highest mountain, I hand-picked the sweetest tea leaves, I sold all of my worldly goods to get back here and make you the most perfect cup of tea. Believe me, I love tea, I'm English. But I asked for coffee, so make sure the drink that you prepare matches what I'm looking for on the rubric. Okay, lastly, you might say, well, there are so many different types of coffee. How will I know what kind of coffee you want, woman? This is what I would say. Give me a taste test. Before you officially submit your drink for rating, give me a sip and I'll tell you what I like and what can be improved. That way, when I officially rate your submission, you shouldn't be too surprised at the outcome. So, get to working on those coffees and cookies. If in doubt, just brew it. Thank you for watching.